Hello everybody, and on today's episode of Tech Lab, we're going to be learning how to virtualize VHS tapes. Let's get started. Hello everybody, and welcome to Tech Lab, the show where we talk about anything and everything tech-centric. I'm Keith Myers, and today we're going to be virtualizing VHS tapes with the help of one of these things. Or rather, two of these things, depending on which one you want to use. And thankfully, you don't need much to do this. It's a pretty easy process. The only program you'll need to download, at least in my experience, is VirtualDub, which is a program that tends to work best with these kind of adapters. And if you can try to get the drivers for either of these, best of luck. Dazzle, I think, installs automatically, but this one is a bit of a pain in the butt. So, let's go ahead and move to our testing computer, and for this, I'll be using my MSI laptop. Okay. So here we are at our VHS testing station, and for this situation, I've decided to use a archive I recorded before I had the option to use HDMI for everything. This recording was done back in March of last year, by the way, in case you're curious. So the way you have to go about this is quite simple. Well, obviously you need to make sure you have your cords plugged into your AV out for the VHS drive, for the VHS player in question. Then it's just a simple matter of connecting all the wires. And from there, you plug it in, and voila, you're all ready to go. Now, presuming everything is actually in pretty decent condition and you get all the drivers installed, the only thing you have to worry about is just handling everything else. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to the screen recorder here, and I'll probably have to use some voice overlay because Screencast won't let me record with a webcam anymore. But, oh well. Let's just hop right into it. So when it comes to the software portion of this process, it's actually pretty forgiving. All you need to do is make sure you get VirtualDub installed first, and then after you crack it open, go ahead and go to your Capture tab, go to Capture AVI, and then from there go into your Device tab, select the capture card in question, go into your video, make sure that it's set, the preview's set to on, or you're going to get a bunch of lines. And from there, make sure your audio's good, and after that, all you really need to worry about is just hitting play on the VHS player. At that point, you should be good, and let's just say that overall it's relatively forgiving. I haven't ran into any issues with this method, but this capture card does leave a little to be desired. Say you want to switch them, well, you just close the program and open it again with the new capture card plugged in, and from there, it's just a matter of repeating the same steps as earlier, only this time selecting the other capture card, and you're pretty much golden. Okay, so now that we've actually gone over the process in regards to how it's supposed to be recorded, let's go ahead and do a brief comparison of the Dazzle versus the AV to USB adapter. So, there you go. Actually, pretty easy process. Though, do I recommend you do it that way? No, I'll leave it up to you. The Dazzle is a little harder to find, but it outputs a little bigger. That being said, it also stutters a bit. However, the AV to USB option has a little bit of a a little bit of sound feedback, if you know what I'm talking about. It's very mixed across the board. It's entirely up to you as to how you want to do this. Of course, there's always the professional option, but the whole point of this video was to show you that there are home options that you have available. And despite the trial and error associated with trying to find drivers for such old equipment, if you can find them, I'd say both work pretty well for what their intended purpose is. So, yeah. Not very much of a first episode, I'm not gonna lie about that. But, let's just say that it was short, sweet, and to the point, and it'll make our next episode about the laptop itself a little easier. So, if you liked what you saw, great. If you didn't, that's not so great, but thanks for watching anyways. We'll see you all next week for our look at the MSI GE62. The laptop that you saw in this video, and the laptop that I've been using since 2017. Have a good one.